Oh, oh, sweet credit card video. Put that guy away. Credit card that color gets you in trouble. Oh, yeah. So a little while back, um, one of my younger subscribers asked, it was on a video. I don't know if we were talking about mortgages or whatever. I just happened to talk about it in my video. Um, he asked my opinion about, credit cards and what a person should do to build credit. First, let me be very, very clear on this. Never take any advice from anybody on the internet for any reason whatsoever. There are two kinds of people on the internet: liars and salesmen. Yep. And if anybody tries to tell you that they're not lying to you, not only are they lying to you, but they're also trying to sell you something. So that's like two against them. Um, my personal story with debt. This is going to be a review for some, but I ended up with quite a bit of credit card trouble back in the day, and we ended up refinancing our home and rolled in the credit card debt into our home loan, just as a matter of necessity. Um, my wife and I, we were not interested in declaring bankruptcy. We don't personally, um, we don't believe in such things, and so it wasn't the route for us. So we tried to take our own financial route based on the equity of our house. And when make a long story short, when we refinanced, we went to a bi-monthly payment, which is pretty tough. But if you can do it, it shortens the length of your loan time. And eventually we've bought a couple of other things on credit. Now, when a young person says, "Well, how do I build credit?" People will get on there and say, "Well, you get you a little credit card with a small balance, and you use it, and then you pay it off and stuff like that." Yes, what they say makes sense. I don't know necessarily if paying off your credit card every month is what will make you a good potential customer and increase the amount of money that a slick talking finance officer is willing to loan you. Um, I would imagine what makes a person a good customer is a person who is willing to give me money for my service. Ergo, your fancy little credit card, you're not a good customer when I'm not making money off of you. I want to see you carry a balance and hold a balance and make payments on a balance. And I want to see you have those payments on time. Just a little bit more, but I want to see you continue using it so I can make money off the interest that I'm charging you for the privilege of me loaning you money. And trust me, you can say what you want, but it is a privilege. It's a privilege to be able to leverage your lifestyle, and there's a value in the providing of that service. So much so that it's extremely popular to live your life in such a way. The dangers, of course, is it's money that you haven't earned. And you can lie to yourself and tell yourself that you will one day earn it and you will one day pay it back. But it seems from time to time that you run into people who, when they have access to money that they haven't earned, they have a tendency to not respect it. In my opinion, if you can respect the debt that you allow, if you can recognize it for the service that it is, I think you can use it correctly and live the lifestyle that you wish to live, or accomplish things that you wouldn't normally be able to accomplish in a certain amount of time. Because really, it comes down to time preference, right? If you had a low time preference, meaning you weren't so concerned about when you would be able to get something, then you could just sit back, save up your money, and do what you wanted to do when you had the money. Ergo, you put $600 away every single month for 20 years, and then after 20 years, maybe you buy a house. Maybe houses are more expensive then and you can't afford them, so your time preference goes up. Maybe your wife wants to start a family, so your time preference goes up. Maybe your parents want you out of the house because you're stinking up the place. Your time preference goes up. So, did that answer the question yet? I don't know. You got to be careful of the trouble, and you need to always keep in mind the amount of money that you're putting down. An example would be if you somehow put $5,000 down on your credit card. What are we talking? The rule of fives, meaning however many $1,000 at a reasonable amount of interest, you multiply it by 5 and then times it by 10. So let's say you got 5 grand out, okay? To pay off 5 grand, expect to pay $250 a month for 5 years, so long as you don't add to it or anything. I think people lose sight of that with their cards. Anyway, it all balances out, and what they want to see when you have a good credit rating is 1, you pay your bills on time, 2, that you're a good customer, and 3, that you have enough of an income to match or exceed your current debt load. And there's going to be no substitute for your experience and time that you can prove to do so. Beyond that, going into debt's probably a bad idea. All right, just my opinion. See you later, and thank you for watching.